This conference will now be recorded.
Vamsi, once I mean, all topics are covered, then we can focus on that interview questions and how we can prepare the interview and all. Okay. So
Okay, okay.
that means like I will provide like how the business, I mean, landscape of the every project. So that means development system, test system, and production system, and how we can transport the data from one system to other system. So everything will be covered. So once it is done, I mean, all topics are done, then we can focus on that part. Okay.
Okay, Tanvi.
Yeah.
Nice.
So let me share. Let me make you as a presenter, Vamsi. So you can share your screen. Then we can discuss on it, and we can finish, and we can go to the other topic. Okay. So I just give you a presenter access, Vamsi. Can you please share?
చంద్ర నెట్ సరిగా రావట్లేదు చంద్ర స్టక్ అవుతుంది.
Okay. Then we can discuss on at last. Okay.
ఓకే,
Can
ఓకే,
discuss
ఓకే.
on it. So today we'll focus on. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, Chandra.
Okay, okay. So today we'll focus on yesterday we have main we just started working on that one part. I mean request reply, right? So what does mean by request reply, and how, I mean, what is the use of request reply first of all? What is the use of request reply first of all? So here actually when we are connecting with any of the sender and receiver, but here just a second, it is loading. So here the requirement I have here is, so I would like to send I mean like a sender will send here the requirement is the sender is sending the data with a product id. The target system requires along with all the product id information. So that means the sender will send only product id. Target requires whatever it is. Target requires based on the sender system product id, it requires all the product id information at the target side. So that means the sender is not sending the data related to the product. It is providing just a product ID. So but the target requires product information, each and every dimensions and cost and everything the target is required. So then how we can fetch that product ID information from CPI? So got it? So the requirement is clear, right? So here by using this request reply, you can connect with the third party service in between the integration process. Clear? So if I wanted to connect with any of the third party services in between the integration process, that means once we receive the data from the sender system, before sending the data to the receiver system, you can connect with the third party system by using request reply. Got it? So that means the sender will send the data to CPI, and CPI will connect with this request reply OData service, and it will send the product information. So it will, I mean like this request reply will fetch the product information from this OData service, and the response will be sent to the target system. I mean that means target palette option. This palette option will send that response to the response by the request reply will be sent to the target system. So clear the requirement. I mean like a requirement అర్థమైంది కదండి. Any queries here? So if you are clear with requirement, then we can start configuration.
Chandra, this difference between this request reply and lookup channel
That
is
is
like
different.
this
That
is
is different. We'll cover that later. Okay.
okay.
Yeah, that will comes under content enricher part. So just focus on this request reply. So that means here you can say whatever the sender data we are getting. So for example, sender is sending that normal one header, right? Sender is sending one header in this case. So yesterday we configured, right? Sender is sending only one header here. So sender is sending only one header. So in a configuration, runtime configuration. So see, this is the product ID. So in this product ID, when they are sending this product ID, so the request reply, so this service will fetch this request reply ID. So here you can see, so e service connect IE, so it will fetch the data from this service. So let me configure that. The configuration is lost here, so let me configure this. Hi Srinath, just we started how we can configure the OData service for request reply. So other than that, nothing. So you can follow this, okay? So here this is a OData service, right? So let me open Notepad. So I have that endpoint URL there. So this is endpoint URL I'm taking here. So the connection, in the connection I'm placing this address. So I'm disabling the CSR protection and the reuse. It is running on internet and authorization also none. And the processing, we can select this one. So now it will connect with that service. So same steps. Yesterday మనం ఏదైతే steps perform చేసామండి, selecting the entity, that the products, and select all. I'm selecting all the fields here. So step 3, how we are getting the data. So here the field, the product ID we are maintaining as a filter by key, filter by. So here I'm selecting equal. So this is the header name, dollar curly brace, header dot product ID, header dot product ID. So this is the configuration. Whatever we did yesterday, same configuration. You can also see. So this is the details of the service which we provided in the connection details, and this is the operation, query operation, like get a delete or post. That is the operation. This is select entity. So this is the select entity. So we are getting product entity details. After that, these are the values. That means like these are the fields we are getting. After that, by using this product ID, we are getting that remaining data. So just click on finish. So see, now it is successfully connected with this service. So now let me configure the mail server here, mailtrap.io. So let me log into Outlook account. So why I should I register for this? Let me log into. Give me a second. I'm logging to my new mail ID because previous one getting the authorization error. That's what. So this might go to the junk mail. So yes. Here this is. It has went to junk mail. That is the reason I'm unable to log in there. So now your email ID is successfully confirmed. So now I have the clear details now of the inbox. So I have to configure these details. Sorry, the page was looking for mail trap home. So this is my inbox. These are the details. So here you can say sandbox start. So where is my server here? So let me connect the mail ID details here. So here I am using the mail server. So just to send that 580s the details to the target server. Protection is off, and then authorization is plain username and password. So let me take the username and password from here. Meanwhile, let's configure this processing tab here. SAP CPI at the rate SAP.com. You can place anything here as discussed previously, and the two should be this one only. Email address should be this. So here we have to update. So this is my new account, right? So where I have to update this client credentials? Anyone? So where I have to update the username and password? Anyone? Where I have to update this username and password? So this username and password, where I have to update? No one. So previously I'm connecting with a new account. So that account contains the different username and this account contains a different username, right? So I have to update these credentials, or else I have to create a new client credentials in it.
In the instance.
No, not instance. This is a mail server, right? Mail server. Previously, I log in with a SAP CP at the rate gmail.com. Now I log in with the SAP CP. I mean SAP CP 09 with outlook.com. So I
Yeah,
have
this
to
this
update.
security in the security. Yeah, here we have to update username
Yes,
and password.
yes. So that's what I'm checking with you. But here, this is the password. This is the mail trap. So here you can place this user details. So sandbox internet of plain username and password. CPI and shade, and this is on and this is. So let me save this and then deploy. Let me check the deployment log of this integration. So still it is starting. Endpoint not yet generated. So let's wait for a couple of seconds. Yes, now we got this endpoint. So I hope with this endpoint is already there in it. So this is the PDN started, right? So this is the data, right? Previously we tested yesterday. So I am replacing that endpoint. So anyway, this is the same endpoint here we have. So same authorization I am using. I am sending this header for getting these order details HT-1080. So now see, when I trigger the data, I will get a response. So before triggering the message, let me enable trace for this integration. So enable trace and going to the message processing law, and let me trigger the message. So see, I got a response. So along with this product detail, see. So let's see in the trace mode how the message was processed. So let me refresh this one. Here you can see this is the if underscore OData test class 10, right? So here the same. So let me open the trace. So the request reply will ignore the request message once it receives the response. So got it? So here you can see this is the message flow for request reply. For example, see, the sender sends the data to CPI. It contains the empty body. If I see here, it contains empty body. So see, let's select request reply and see the message content here. So this is the message content, right? So let's see the message content. Okay. There is request reply. So just a second. So there is no data here. Let's do one thing. Let's select HTTPS. It contains total two steps here. So see, this is the receiver adapter. So let's take for a sender adapter, before sender adapter. So see, this is the product ID we are sending from the source. Say this is the product ID we are sending from the source. The payload will be the empty here. No data available. Why? We are not triggering any of the data here. So see any of the body. If I trigger the body, for example, I trigger some data. So some data means I triggered one small data. So that is test, for example. So see, I sent data with a test in the response test. So this is the body of the message is test. Let me take that as example. So see, request reply will take required values here. So see the message content. So this is for receiver adapter, before receiver adapter. That means that is. So see, this is the test message. So this is the test we sent as a request body. So this is the product ID we sent. See, once why it is connecting with this OData service. HCI OData means that is a OData service. So in the message content, you can find two values here. So this is the response. So this is the so just a second. So this is the payload of the request of URL. So here you can see whatever the response once we got from the target service. So see, this is the HCI OData. So here you can see this is the request payload. Once we are successfully connect with that OData service, and if it is connected successfully, it is giving the proper data as a response. What is proper data as a response? So this is actually query. So see, once it is received, it went to the end message. So this is the data, the products. So see, this is the data we received from the request reply. So once it is done, so it is sending that mail to the target service. So see, this is the data we are sending. So this is the data we send to the target service. So clear, right? That means, so just a second. I will be back in 1 minute. Just a second. Yeah. Sorry, I'm back. Uh, so here you can see, so just we discussing about this log, right? So that means here you can see the request reply is sending the data to the this target receiver and getting the response and ignoring the sender request. Got my point? Sender request, whatever the request we are getting from the sender, it will be ignored after we are getting the response from the this target service. That means it will send only the response to the target service. Got it? Any queries here? Why I'm specifically saying it is ignoring the response? So we have a other option, that is a content enricher. So here you can see content enricher. So this content enricher, what it will do is, so once we receive the data from the sender system, it will combine the sender system request and this third party system. I mean, whatever the response sent by this third party system, it will combine and it will send both the request. I mean, the sender system data and then receiver. I mean, third party system response will be combined in the content enricher and it will send to the target system. That's what I'm clearly mentioning. We'll discuss about this part later. Just focus on this request reply. That means we can connect with the third party service and whatever the response we are getting from the OData service, that will be sent to the target system. So
Indra,
clear
here,
any queries?
yeah,
Yeah.
if you're sending test message, response is coming. If you're not sending a test in the
No, no,
body,
no, no. There is no dependency on the body here. So we are
okay,
just fetching the data based on this header value. Whatever, if you are sending this body, if you are not sending the body, just to understand, it is replacing the body. Just to for your understanding, I just place the test data here, test as a body. So that means
okay,
it is completely ignoring the test body here. So just for your understanding, I place the test as a body. So previously we are not sending any test data there, I mean body there.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever there is in the body, it will ignore if you send or if you
Yes,
don't send.
yes, it will ignore. But here this OData service requires body sometimes, then it will send to this target service. After the response, it will ignore the body of the request message from the sender.
Okay, sometimes it requires me, so and like what would be the case if it
What
requires
will be the
body?
case means, you can store it in a temporary header or property. That property you can access after this.
Okay,
Got it?
so, yeah, based on product ID, it is fetching the data from that OData.
Yes, yes, right, right. So now we also have other option, send. So actually, so this is the synchronous communication, right? Synchronous means we are providing the request and we are getting a response back from the OData service. So got it. So if I wanted to send the data in asynchronously, so asynchronously means, so there is no response required here, just I would like to send the data to the target service, then you can use this send option. So this data we can send in a asynchronous way. Sorry, I dragged sender here. I have to send a receiver. So here I am selecting the mail server here. So see here, I am taking this configuration here. So here the same, this is the mail trap. So this is the same configuration. I'm just providing this message we received from send. So see, now I'm saving this configuration. So let me deploy this. So now what will happen is, so whatever the data we got for a response, as a response in the OData service, that will be triggered to the receiver 2, that is a mail server. So let's see, now just deployed, right? 9.8 it is deployed. So let me trigger the data now. So now how many mails we will receive in the target service, I mean in the mail server? So anyone, how many mails I
Two
will
mail.
receive here with the, yes, 2 mails. With the which subject? So let me show you the subject. What will be the first message? This one or this one? What will be the first message? So this subject, with this subject, or the, so first message will be with this subject, this message received from send option. The second message will be this one. So the second message will be this one. This is this message from OData request reply test flow. So let me trigger the message now. So I'm just sending this test data. So just, so now see, we are receiving 2 mails in the mail server. Let's see, we received 200 as successful response. Let me refresh this. See, now I received. So see, this is the first message. This is the send option. We received the data from the send option. This is from the target receiver adapter configuration. Receiver adapter configuration.
Chandra, if we place this content modifier before the request reply, that if we give some payload in the content modifier,
So that will replace.
then
So
that
let
will
me try
replace by
that
request
one.
reply, right?
Yes, yes. So here you can see, you want me to place content modifier here, right? Hello.
Before the request reply, sorry.
Yes, okay. Before the request reply, no, there is no. So in the content modifier, just we are modifying some data right here in the body, right?
Yeah, we're giving some data, and it will
Here no, it's,
replace by this request reply, right? By the
yes,
response from
request
the
reply.
receiver.
Yeah, yeah. See here, let me take uh, data in the content modifier. So see, we will just receive this data to the request reply. After the response of request reply, we will get only response from the OData service.
So the main difference for the content enricher here is it will combine. Here it will replace.
Where
That is the
content,
difference.
keep the content enricher option. నేను ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసేంత వరకు కంటెంట్ ఎన్రిచర్ గురించి థింక్ చేయమాకండి, ఓకేనా?
Okay, okay. So,
You just focus on request reply. So once we have that, I mean, while explaining content enricher, I will explain clear how the differences between request reply and content enricher, I will explain clearly. So don't focus on content enricher today itself. So just practice request reply. Once I explain about content enricher, you can focus on it. Okay?
Yeah,
okay,
Chandra,
Chandra.
I have
Okay.
queries. Can I ask here?
Yeah, yeah, you can. Yeah,
One doubt.
yeah,
When you're yeah, when you are sending the request, here you are placing header value now here in the product ID. That
yes,
value,
right.
really, how we can come to know? Why? I mean, the user will provide these headers like product ID. If you say you have sent with some h dash something in the header,
Yeah, right.
that
Yeah.
how to know before we sending the request? Will it be given by the user when we are requesting? I mean, the user will be placing those product IDs and pushing the data. How it can be?
So here you can see, they have the sender system had the material numbers only.
Okay.
Material numbers only. They requires the material information in clear information like this. So they had only the, I mean, product ID. So they would like to know all the product ID details. So that
Oh.
means they have a dump. So that means like a receiver system. For example, we have a SAP system. The SAP
Mhm.
system is provided all the product details to the sender system. Whatever it is, the sender system. They would like to know each and individual uh, product details. So then they will send individual product ID. So based on that, they will receive the data as a response from the target service.
Oh, okay, got it. Whenever, okay, when we are getting a response in the Postman tool now, that is
Yes.
coming from the receiver system or this
No, no.
OData
Yes, that is coming from the receiver system only.
receiver system. Okay,
Yeah,
that is
receiver.
again
That means
receiver, not.
that means
Uh,
yes, yes. That means from the end message, whatever the data we are sending to the end message, that will be returned to the sender system. So, for
oh,
example, if I place this content modifier in
mm,
this place, if I place this content modifier after the send message, so it will send whatever the data I have in the content modifier that will be sent to the target. I mean, target
so,
and also to the sender system as a response.
okay.
So these configurations you have to play around. So play around in the work area while you are practicing. That will give more knowledge actually. So when you are trying in a while practicing, if you did these type of configurations, that will give clear idea on it. So see now this content modifier, what data we have? So we have this data, right? Data in the content modifier. So let's see, trigger this data now. So see data in the content modifier. So but in see here, if I check the mail here, the first mail sending by the send, it contains the OData service response. So see, let me refresh. So see here, it contains OData sender response. So this is the data. So if I go to the last message, request reply flow, it contains data in content modifier. Clear? So any doubts here? Request reply and send. Any queries here? Anyone? Vamsi and Srinath. Hello. Okay, then I hope you are good. So let's talk about uh, so let me cancel this. I would like to discuss about the open connectors now. So let's focus on this open connectors. So practice this request reply. I will explain about the content enricher once you are good with the request reply. Okay. So now this is request reply, right? So what I am doing now is open connectors. So what is meaning of open connectors? So so this is the requirement from the client. I would like to read this contact. So see, this is the outlook. So this is the business outlook. You can think like, so this is the business outlook. So business outlook means all the information related to the contacts will be stored in this contact service provided by Outlook. So see, this Outlook contains the some contacts, test contacts I just previously created. So this contracts will contain. So see here, this is the three contacts. This is the Emacs Hyderabad. This is Chandra Induri, and this is the test contact we created. So in real time, all the contacts of the vendors. So for example, I have a one ERP system. Uh, Before ERP, all the contacts, all the vendor information like that is which they are providing, contact information was stored in this Outlook service of contacts. So this is a people service from the Outlook. So you can save your contacts here. So I have a requirement. I would like to read all the contact information in a some SAP system or else a third party system. So this is Outlook, right? I would like to get all the contact information uh, for one of the service. So how we can integrate by using this Outlook connection? So we have to connect with Outlook. Inside of this Outlook, we have this option like a people. So how I can read these contacts? So for that, SAP is provided open connectors. So what is the use of open connectors here? So here, every day we are logging into this page, right? So here you can see we have a multiple services here. So see, we have a multiple services in an integration suite. So that those are like a building. I mean, this is CPI, and this is for APIs. This is for trading partner. So this is for mapping, creation of mappings for. This is for extend non-SAP connectivity. So if I, so this is a SAP, this is non-SAP system, right? So this is non-SAP system. Outlook is a non-SAP system. So what is the use of this extend non-SAP connectivity means? The SAP is already make some configuration for all these type of services like third party services, like a third party systems, non-SAP systems. SAP pre-built the connection for that services. So see, we have, so we have to once so once you are clicking on that service, open connect, so then we have to provide our user details here. Let me log in. So here you can see these are the instances provided by SAP. So sorry, connectors provided by SAP. So we have 150 plus open connectors. So what is the use of 150? 150 open connectors. So if I wanted to connect with Outlook, you can use this service. If I want to connect with Slack, you can use these services. If I want to connect with Amazon SW, you can use this service. So like this, we have these many connectors, open connectors. So by using these connectors you can directly connect from you can directly connect from CPI. So why we are using CPI here? So here we will provide a endpoint URL to connect with this service. That endpoint URL we will use in CPI connectivity. So see, instances, I have two instances. One is for connecting with a Slack and other one is for connecting with a Outlook. So let me delete this instance. We will start from a delete instance. So now I'm deleting this instance to connect with the Outlook services. So here you can see these are the connectors, right? So you can search for Outlook here. So Outlook. So this is the Outlook. So authenticate. So here you can see overview. Click on overview. This is the API documentation and my resources. So authenticate means, so just if you are connecting, so let me check for overview, then you can discuss another one. Okay. So in the overview, you can find all the overview information. What are all the objects we can here? So this is the messages, message attributes, attachments, and then forward, reply, request reply, ping slash contacts. So this is the useful for our requirement to read the contacts here. So that means you can send emails, you can send a reply, you can send a request reply, I mean reply all, and you can forward the messages by using these services. Got it? So here this is the information, clear information about the service, and then how we can set up this. So there's all information we have in the overview tab. So this is the API documentation. So see, these are the resources. So see, by using this contacts API, you can read the contacts here. So this is the API documentation. So see, these are the API documentation. So how I can connect with this? So see here, I'm going back to this corner. So here you can click on authenticate. So see here, you have to create one name for this instance. So let me take one name like test underscore uh, outlook underscore test. So this is a, there is no instance, so connector instance, so not required here. So just place the name here of the survey, I mean instance, just click on create instance. So it will try to connect with that Outlook server. So here I already log in, right? So that is the reason it will just log into the server and it will just redirect to the previous page. So I already log in, right? Otherwise it will ask for the Outlook username and password. See, it is just retrieving what information. All will be done by this open connectors itself. Got it? Just we are providing the username and password. So you can see test in API docs. So see, you can find all the related information here. So see here, you can bulk request. This is the contacts. So get the request. So here you can see we have a multiple requests here, but we are using only contacts information now. So here you can see this is the get information. So here you can try it out. So now I just click on this try it out. And so if you want, you can maintain this parameters here based on our API docs. So this, if I want to get this information, you can use this one. So then this is the next page, the order by and where and filter. You can, if you want, you can maintain uh, these conditions here. So now if I click on execute, what it will do is it will connect with this Outlook service and it will fetch this information and it will send response back to the source system. I mean source system is here itself. So let me take this. So I'm copying this response. So this is the response I got from the server. So let me copy this first. So just copy to the notepad. So let me paste in a new, sorry, it's a new one. So here, so support from Mailtrap. Why it is getting contacts only, right? Just a second, contacts only. So let me check for the name. Why I'm getting mails? This is Outlook contact service, right? Actually, this is a contact service. Okay, okay, okay. Sorry, sorry. Slash messages, right? It's my fault. Object name, objects. Slash contacts, we have one service. So see here, so anyway you can see this is messages, right? If I click on it, just post, I am getting all the messages in the server. So see here, the latest message we received from the mail trap. So just I previously registered for mail trap, right? So this is support at the rate mailtrap.com, the mail typo. So anyway we got that information. So let me check for the contacts. So this is for messages. So let me check for contacts. Where the contact service there?
Chandra,
What
I
the?
think already have passed on top there. Yeah, yeah, here contacts here above messages.
Above mess. Okay, okay. It was okay. It was okay. Okay, got it. It was closed. Okay, okay. Got it now. So I have to try it out. So here you can see when I'm clicking on it is minimizing. That's what. So I just confused. Sorry. So here you can see if I try it out. So here you can see I had total three contacts, right? So this is the Chandra Anduri and Emacs Hyderabad and string like that. So here let me paste this. So here you can see the first name, this is a Emacs. So Hyderabad Emacs, and you can search for other one, that is Chandra, right? So here you can see this is Chandra. So this is the mobile number we placed. This is the mobile number we placed in the this place. So see A00864570. So this is the data. So like this you can get so you can share the information from one service to the other service. So see here, you can share this information from the one service to the, I mean you can consume the Outlook services from the Outlook, I mean open connectors. You can read the Outlook contacts information or message information in a open connectors. So now how we can consume this service in CPI, so that is the main. So so this is the request URL. So this is the request URL. You can copy this request URL here, and so let me sorry. So this is the contact site. So this is the request URL. So now how you can provide the authorization here. So this is the user authorization. So you can take it from here itself. So this is the user authorization. So in this we have a three concepts. So this is the user and organization and element. So these are the three major topics we need here. So why we are using this user, organization and element? So this information we have to configure in user credentials. Got it? This information we have to configure in user credentials. Then only we are able to connect with this service from CPI. So see, now we got this endpoint URL from open connectors, and we also got a required information, user, organization and element. So this user, organization and element values you can use like a authentication, username, password, like that, from the open connectors. So see, now we connected with, right? So
Chandra, sorry, you got this user and all the from this one, right?
authorization tab.
Or
So yeah, here. So
okay,
one side,
okay,
after successfully connected, so we need a 200 successful response. Here we required a 200 successful connection. So then only you can copy this username and password. So see here, if I change any value here, for example, if I am removing this equal to here, and if I send this execute button, I will get definitely 401 unauthorized. So why I got 200 means, so it will automatically place this 200 automatically. So see, I removed the equal to at the end, right? So it will automatically place. So where I removed, just a second, I equal to 0. So because it will defaultly it was created. So wherever you go here in the any of the contacts, it will automatically give this authorization tab here. So this authorization key, organization and element will be created by open connectors itself. So if I make any errors while I'm calling from CPI, that time it will fail with the authorization error. Okay, it should 200 here, it should 200. Then we can copy this endpoint URL. You can copy this endpoint URL, and you can use this user element, I mean element only, right? Yes, organization and element. So this is the bridge between. So now what is the main use of this open connectors is, this is the bridge between the SAP CPI and a third party system. So what is the advantages of it? Anyone, what is the advantages of it? So here you can see, if I wanted to read, so we don't have open connectors concept in CPI. For example, we don't have, you can think we don't have an open connector concept in CPI. So then if I wanted to connect with this Outlook service, what I have to do first? I have to check with the Outlook developers.
Your voice and audio video not
So what
syncing.
are all the possible, and hello. Mm,
Audio and video is not
so let
syncing
me
actually.
stop. Okay, just a second. Stop sharing. Let me reshare my screen now. Are you able to hear properly, right? But it is not syncing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Raghav, for you,
uh,
for your
I mean, no, 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 I'm not getting like that. It's good for me.
okay. Arun, might issue from your internet or something. I'm not sure actually.
Sometimes voice is also breaking. That's why.
Okay, okay. So for you, Raghav, you are also getting that breaking voice.
No, Chandra, I'm not getting.
Okay, Arun, that means that might issue from your end. You can check from your end.
Okay.
Yeah. So the advantage of this open connectors, so if without open connectors, what I have to do is, so I have to spend more time to connect with this Outlook. Why? Because I have to fetch what are all the service provided by Outlook, and I have to get that OAuth authentications, and I have to get this APIs, and how we can connect with this. If that might take a more time without these open connectors. So SAP is providing default configuration of all the APIs, and we can directly connect with that APIs just by using authenticate instance option. So now, so this is clear, right? So with this, you can directly connect with the third party systems with the just with the authentication. That's all. With authentication, and you can find a useful API for our requirement. You can consume this in our CPI. I mean in CPI. So let's configure this configuration in CPI now. So first the message will. So let me draw one. So sir, this is the sender. The sender system will send the request to the CPI. The CPI will send the request to the open connectors. So the open connectors will connect with the Outlook application. Clear, like this it will work. So that means Outlook, and then between the CPI and Outlook, this open connectors is a bridge. So to connect with the all Outlook services. So let's show you. Let me configure one sample integration flow that will give clear idea. So see here. So I'm using this OData service only. I will change the service here with data. Just to confirm. So we have this open connectors concept only at the receiver side. So we don't have that option at the sender side. So because we are consuming the service, right? That's what. So here you can say I'm consuming this at a request reply end. So here you can. Oh, sorry. I have to consume that open connectors here. You can, if you want, you can also consume at the receiver end also, no issue. The same configuration we have. So this is the open connectors. So I'm using REST option. So here you can say we have to configure these many options here. So here it is not showing any options. Let me save and refresh the page once. Then we will get that open connector configuration in the below. Sometimes it will be here like that. So here let's select this. So sometimes we will get this time. So let's connect at the target end only instead of here. Let me delete this one also. So I'm connecting with the OData open connectors at the target end itself. So instead of request reply, you can connect from anywhere, no issue. So this is open connectors. So now it is showing the open connectors configuration. So now what are all the required configurations here? So see, you can see this is the connection, right? So here this is the base URL. So what does it mean by base URL here? So here we taken this URL, right, up to API hyphen v2 we have, right? That is our base URL. That is our base URL. So here resource is a slash contacts. So you can also select here. But if I use this select, it will open connectors URL and alias is not selected first. So, I mean, have to be selected first. So here this is the credential name. So what does mean by credential name means? So username and password. So let me create a username and password for this. Duplicate this one. So let's finish this. I hope you are getting some things from somewhere. So it will not take more than 5 minutes. So let me use this security material. So let me create a new one. So this is the user credentials, right? So open connectors underscore class 10. So here we have to select open connectors option. So see open connectors. Once I select open connectors, you have to provide these details here after user. This is the user and this is the organization. And finally we have to place p only, right? It doesn't require any equal to. So let's take it from here. It doesn't require equals. Let me check that one. Okay, it doesn't require equal to. So the element is this one. So see here, you can deploy this now. So now it is deployed, right? We can select this open connector from this channel. So see, you can select and all the open connectors will be available. So the open connectors cluster. This is the credential name. So now you can, if I select this, all the related information will be, all the resources will be available there. సో సి నేను ఏవైతే ఇక్కడ ఓపెన్ కనెక్టర్స్ లో నేను అథెంటికేట్ చేశానో ఆల్ సర్వీసెస్ విల్ బి అవైలబుల్ హియర్. So see that means it is already connecting with that username and password. It is connecting with this one. So here I am connecting with contacts, right? So I am making contacts. So contact. So remaining we are getting the information. So remaining all are same default configuration only. I am not changing any of them. So just save this configuration and let me deploy this. Now see whatever the data. So here you can see now it is deployed and started also. So now see I'm just doing the get call here. So I'm not sending any of the information here. So I'm also removing this header. So previous call, right? I'm removing this header. So just I'm taking this endpoint URL of this integration flow and I'm sending the data. So open, it will connect with this open connectors and it will fetch the data and it will return response back to the postman. Let me sender system. So let me send the data now. See, this is the information. So let me select as a JSON. So now see, let me copy this. So let me paste here. You can find all the three contacts here. So see, this is a Hyderabad Max, and you can find Chandra, right? See, so this is the Chandra, and we have other one is a string. So this is the string increment. So total three informations we have. So three contacts we have in this people contacts, right? So like that we got a three contacts in this JSON format. So from the sender system, once it is receiving this information, they will finalize what are the required informations and what are all the required fields they will store from their end. Clear?
Chandra, actually, I didn't understand this open connectors. Can you repeat tomorrow once?
So let me explain again. Uh, now it is okay.
Open connectors is only to connect APIs only, yeah?
Yes, only for APIs of the third party systems. Only
Okay.
to connect with the third party systems. So third party APIs, third party system APIs. So see here, we have multiple connectors, right? All. Let me select all. So see, these are the view all. If I click on view all, why it is showing only this? Okay, okay. Here we have filter. That is the reason. So see, these are all APIs only. So API doc, API doc, API doc, API doc. So all are APIs for the third party system. Pre-built API connectivity provided by the open. So anyway, I will just briefly introduce in tomorrow session. You can go through this video again. So based on that, you will get clear idea.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
Yeah. So Raghav and the remaining members are clear, right? So just taking the endpoint URL from the open connectors and configuring in a CPI with that a user credentials. That's all. Remaining all are same like a REST API. So see, this is the flow actually. So the sender will send the data to the CPI. CPI will send the data to the open connectors. The open connectors will send the data to the Outlook information. The same response will be sent to the sender system in a synchronous manner. Clear? Any queries? So this is about the open connectors and that one what it is, request, reply and send. Okay, so we'll connect tomorrow in the same time. Okay, so any queries? So like Vamsi, you said that you have issue, right? So are you
Yeah,
able
yeah.
to access now?
Okay, okay, no.
Are you able to access now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay, let me make you as a presenter. So remaining, if you want you can stay in the call, otherwise you can drop off. That's your wish. Yeah, Vamsi, you can share your screen now. Yeah.
కనిపిస్తుంది చంద్ర.
Yeah, I can able to see yours. Yes.
ఇది ఇక్కడ మనం మెసేజెస్ ఇక్కడ ఒకసారి చూస్తాం కదా చంద్ర.
Message queued. Okay, ఇక్కడ కన్జ్యూమర్. So ఇక్కడ active consumer is one consumer. So how many messages are there? I mean ఎన్ని ట్రిగ్గర్ అయ్యాయి ఎన్ని ఫెయిల్ అయ్యాయి అనేదేనండి మీరు చూడాల్సింది.
అవును, ఎస్ చంద్ర.
Yeah, here at the last states we have, right, statistics. States means statistics, that's full form. After the message queues. So here you can see topic subscription total 3, and here in the below you can find a message count actually. So can you please scroll down? Scroll down. Yeah, yeah. So here you can see message queued, only one message we have. Can you please scroll up little bit up? So see here message queued, only one message we have in this. So see,
ఓకే.
yes, only one message we previously queued. So you can find the count here. So if you trigger other message to this queue, that count will be increased here.
ఓకే, ఓకే.
Yeah. So now clear? Any? So
ఎస్.
here you can see total 19 messages we have, right? If you go to the
యా,
statistics, you will get the 19 as a count.
కౌంట్. ఎస్, ఎస్. ఓకే, నౌ ఐ అండర్స్టాండ్.
See 19 messages here. So like that, the statistics will be available in the states tab.
ఓకే.
Yeah. Any other queries?
చంద్ర.
Okay. Srinath, from your end? He's not talking. Okay. So I hope no queries. So then we'll connect tomorrow. Okay, now. So I hope. Bye everyone. Thank you.